Welcome to the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're diving deep into a really powerful approach for achieving extraordinary results.
We're exploring the core ideas from The One Thing, the surprisingly simple truth about extraordinary results. 1 Hour Guide by Gary Keller and Papasan.
And this deep dive, drawing from the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu, isn't just about summing it up.
No, not at all. We really want to pull out the most, impactful insights.
Give you some real examples.
Exactly. And guide you, our listener, on how you can actually apply these ideas in your own life to start seeing those big results.
And that central question the book keeps coming back to. It's so simple, but wow.
What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary?
It really is a game changer, isn't it?
Absolutely. Whether you're, leading a team, building your own thing, or just trying to get more focus, asking this question brings such clarity.
We'll explore how going small, which sounds odd maybe, focusing on that one critical thing can paradoxically lead to achieving so much more.
And what's really interesting about this 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu in the original book is how it makes us rethink productivity.
Yeah, in this world where busyness is sort of worn like a badge of honor.
Right. This book pushes back and says, hang on, maybe it's about simplifying.
Focusing your energy, acting with real intention.
It really challenges those common ideas like multitasking being efficient or chasing that perfect, maybe mythical work-life balance.
Okay, let's jump in. Chapter 1, The One Thing. I love the City Slickers reference they use.
Yeah. Curly's one thing. It sets the stage perfectly.
Yeah.
The secret to life, or maybe just extraordinary results, is finding that one crucial thing.
And Gary Keller's own story in this chapter really grounds the concept.
Oh, definitely. Having to replace, 14 key people? That sounds overwhelming.
Totally. But he focused just on that, his one thing at that moment.
And the result, that massive 40% year-over-year growth, it just shows the power of zeroing in.
So the book boils it down to 3 key steps.
Yeah. First, you've got to identify that single most vital task.
Okay.
Second, you commit. Like, really commit to doing only that task with intense focus. No distractions.
Third.
Build systems, habits, things that keep pulling your attention back to that one thing, making it automatic.
It's about going small strategically.
Exactly. It's not about doing less overall, maybe, but doing less clutter.
Yeah.
Shifting from just being busy.
You're being truly productive, getting the important stuff done.
Right. Aligning your actions with what actually matters most.
So a question for you listening, what's that one thing for you right now? In your job, your health, maybe your relationship? What's the one action that would make the biggest positive difference?
Just identifying that. That's step 1.
Okay, moving on. Chapter 2 brings in the domino effect. Such a great visual.
Almost 4.5 million dominoes. It really paints a picture of potential. And it connects to that physics insight from Lauren Whitehead.
Oh yeah, that a domino can knock over another one that's 50% bigger.
Crazy, right? It shows how a small, focused start can build momentum and lead to, huge outcomes, geometrically.
The key takeaway here seems to be that success is sequential, not simultaneous.
Precisely. You don't achieve big things by doing 50 things at once. Successful people, they figure out their lead domino.
That one most important task for the day or the week.
And they make sure the one falls first, every day.
So how do you apply this? The book suggests, first, visualize the big goal. Really see it.
Then break it down into smaller steps.
Find that very first action, the lead domino.
And then, consistency. Knock down that lead domino every single day. Build that momentum.
It's actually quite motivating. You don't need massive, overwhelming action all at once.
No, it's about consistent, focused steps in the right direction. That's what builds to something extraordinary.
All right, chapter 3, success leaves clues. This is about looking at real-world examples.
Yeah, people and companies that nailed their one thing.
Right.
Like Colonel Sanders.
Right, one amazing chicken recipe that built KFC.
Or think about Apple under Steve Jobs. Especially when he came back, they cut so many products.
To focus on just a few, the iMac, then iPod, iPhone, game changers.
And you see this pattern again and again. Success often revolves around one dominant product or service or skill.
Or sometimes one key relationship.
Definitely. Like Walt Disney and his brother Roy. Or Oprah and Jeffrey Jacobs. The Beatles and George Martin.
That single crucial partnership.
Or it could be cultivating one passion into an incredible skill. Like Michael Phelps. Swimming was his one thing.
So how do we follow these clues? The book suggests looking inward first.
Yeah, reflect on your core talents, your passions. How can you hone one into a standout skill?
And then look outward. Seek that key mentor or partner.
And focus relentlessly on the one activity, the one product, whatever it is, that has the most leverage, the biggest impact.
It reinforces that idea. Success isn't luck. It's doing the right thing consistently with intention.
Okay, now we get into part 1 of the book, The Lies. This is fascinating. Debunking common beliefs that derail us.
6 big ones, starting with chapter 4. The lie that everything matters equally.
Oh, this one's huge. We all feel this pressure, right? That giant to-do list where every item seems urgent.
But it's not true, is it? The book brings in the 80-20 principle, Pareto.
Right, that classic idea. 80% of your results usually come from just 20% of your actions.
So the way to fight this lie is stop treating everything the same.
Exactly. You have to identify those few high-impact tasks, that vital 20%.
And prioritize them. Put them first.
The book calls it swapping your to-do list for a success list, focused only on what truly drives results.
Okay, lie number 2, chapter 5, multitasking. We touched on this.
Yeah, it's seen as a skill, but the book argues pretty convincingly it's actually, well, detrimental.
It reduces efficiency, increases mistakes, because you're not really doing multiple things, you're just switching focus rapidly.
And that switching has a cognitive cost. The book cites research showing multitaskers are often worse at filtering out irrelevant stuff.
Productivity can drop by, what, up to 28%? That's significant.
It is, so the actionable steps are clear. Commit to one thing at a time. Seriously.
Turn off the notifications. Close the extra tabs.
Design your environment and your schedule for focused blocks of work.
Makes sense. Chapter 6 tackles a disciplined life. The myth that successful people are just inherently more disciplined.
Right. The book reframes this. It's not about having superhuman discipline 24/7.
It's about using discipline strategically to build key habits.
Exactly. Identify the one habit that would make the biggest difference. Your one thing habit, maybe.
And then apply discipline just long enough to get that habit established. Make it automatic.
They mentioned the research suggesting, on average, about 66 days to lock in a new habit.
So it's a finite burst of discipline for a long-term gain.
Once the habit's ingrained, you don't need as much conscious willpower to maintain it.
Which flows perfectly into chapter 7. Willpower is always on will call. Another lie.
Yeah, this is crucial. Willpower isn't unlimited. It's like a phone battery.
It depletes throughout the day as you make decisions, resist temptations.
So you need to manage it strategically. The book advises identifying your peak willpower time. For most people, that's the morning.
Makes sense. You're fresh.
So schedule your most important task, your one thing, during that peak time.
And protect that time fiercely. Don't let emails or minor tasks drain your battery before you tackle what matters most.
Your one thing deserves your best energy.
Chapter 8 challenges a balanced life. This might ruffle some feathers.
It can. The book argues that striving for perfect, constant balance in all areas might actually prevent extraordinary results.
So what's the alternative?
Purposeful imbalance. Counterbalance.
Yeah.
It means choosing where to put your focus, accepting that when you go big on your one thing, other areas might temporarily get less attention.
So identify what matters most, professionally and personally.
Dedicate the lion's share of your energy to the one thing, accepting short-term imbalance.
But then
Counterbalance. Periodically make sure the other important areas, health, relationships, get the attention they need to stay healthy. It's a dynamic process, not a static state.
Okay, the last lie in part 1, chapter 9, big is bad. The fear of thinking too big.
Yeah, the idea that aiming high is risky or unrealistic. The book flips this.
It argues thinking small is actually more dangerous. It guarantees average results.
Right. Big success requires big thinking, but paired with focused action.
So how do you embrace big thinking without getting paralyzed?
Envision that bold future.
Yeah.
Let yourself dream big.
Okay.
Then break it down. What are the steps? What's the first step?
Back to the dominoes.
Exactly. Take action on that first step. Don't worry about step 50 yet. Big goals actually inspire focus and drive action. Fear keeps you small.
Okay, so we've cleared away the lies. Part 2 is about the truth, the simple path to productivity, starting with chapter 10, the focusing question.
This is the heart of it all, really. We've mentioned it, but let's state it again clearly.
What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary?
The key is using it effectively. Ask it often in different areas of your life.
Like for your health, your business, your main project right now.
Yes. Use it for big picture goals, goal setting to the now, they call it, and for small, immediate actions.
And once you have your answer,
Act on it. Full focus, remove distractions, do that one thing.
Chapter 11 calls this the success habit, making the focusing question a regular practice.
Because asking it repeatedly transforms how you think and act. It turns intention into action. It starts that domino chain.
So how do you build this habit?
Integrate the question into your routine. Maybe first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Protect time for your one thing. Time block it. Make it non-negotiable. Your highest priority. Monitor yourself. Are you doing it? What are the results? It reinforces that habit.
This habit simplifies things, right? Direct your energy where it counts most. Productive, not just busy.
Absolutely. Then chapter 12, The Path to Great Answers, adds another layer. It's not just about asking the question.
It's about the quality of the answer you find.
Right. The book distinguishes between good answers, which might solve the immediate problem, and great answers.
And great answers.
They drive exceptional results. They often come from thinking bigger, being more specific, and seeking leverage.
So how do you find these great answers?
Think big. Don't limit yourself based on where you are now. Aim for possibility.
Be specific and measurable. How will you know you've done it?
And look for leverage. What answer gives the biggest bang for the buck, the most impact for the effort?
This might mean doing some research, right? Learning from others.
Definitely. Modeling successful people, maybe getting a coach or mentor. Great answers often lie outside your current knowledge.
Okay, that leads us into part 3. Extraordinary results unlocking the possibilities within you. Starting with chapter 13, Live with Purpose.
This connects everything back to your big why. Purpose provides the deep-seated motivation, the clarity, the energy.
It's what keeps you going when things get tough.
Exactly. The book encourages deep reflection, what really drives you, what gives your life meaning.
How do your big goals align with your core values, your personal mission?
Letting that clarity shape your choices, help you say yes to your one thing and no to everything else. It fuels your discipline.
And then chapter 14, Live by Priority, bridges that purpose to daily action.
If purpose is the why, priority is the what and when. It's about identifying the most important task in service of your purpose.
And dedicating your best time and energy to it.
Yes. Determine what matters most based on your purpose. Then time block it, usually when you're freshest.
And protect that time ruthlessly. We keep coming back to that.
Because it's essential. Extraordinary results demand that level of focused priority.
Chapter 15 is Live for Productivity, defining productivity the right way.
Not just activity, but outcomes. Producing results that actually matter, stemming from that focused effort over time. So practical steps. Establish that regular time block for your one thing, ideally early.
Plan for distractions. Know they'll happen. How will you manage them without losing focus?
And measure results, not just activity. Are you making progress on your big goal? Or just spinning your wheels?
Chapter 16 introduces the 3 commitments for really executing well.
Right. These elevate how you approach your one thing. First, commit to mastery.
Continuously improving, getting better and better at that crucial skill or activity.
Second, commit to moving from E to P, entrepreneurial, to purposeful.
What does that mean exactly?
Shifting from doing what feels easy or natural, entrepreneurial, to doing what's most effective, most aligned with your goal, even if it's harder or uncomfortable. Purposeful.
Got it. And the 3rd commitment?
Accountability. Taking ownership of your actions, your results. Using support systems, coaches, mentors, accountability partners.
Makes sense. Then chapter 17 warns us about the 4 thieves of productivity.
These are the things that constantly try to steal your focus. First, the inability to say no.
Overcommitment, spreading yourself too thin.
Second, the fear of chaos. Worrying that focusing on one thing will make everything else fall apart.
Third, poor health habits. Lack of sleep, bad diet, no exercise.
These drain your energy and willpower, undermine everything.
And fourth, a non-supportive environment. People or systems that constantly distract or discourage you.
The book gives strategies for each. Learn to say no gracefully but firmly. Accept temporary chaos elsewhere. Prioritize health. And actively shape your environment to support your focus.
Finally, chapter 18, The Journey. A good reminder.
Yeah, that this isn't a quick fix. Pursuing your one thing is a long game. It's an ongoing process.
It takes perseverance, patience, courage sometimes.
So the encouragement is, stay committed. Keep asking the focusing question daily.
Expect challenges. Adapt. They're part of the path.
And celebrate the wins along the way. Keep motivation high. This journey unlocks your potential. It's transformative.
And the 1-Hour Guide by Anil Nathu, which we've been drawing from, really helps condense these ideas and points towards practical implementation.
Absolutely. It reinforces applying the focusing question everywhere: spiritual life, health, personal growth, relationships, job, business, finances. It's universally applicable.
And that suggestion of time blocking a significant chunk of time, maybe 4 hours daily, for the one thing, wow, that's a serious commitment.
It shows the level of priority needed for extraordinary results. The guide also touches on that willpower research and the 66-day habit formation average.
Gives you a realistic time frame.
Right. And it encourages self-review, using resources, really integrating these principles deeply.
It all circles back to that core message, doesn't it? As the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nafu emphasizes.
Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right thing, consistently, intentionally.
Thank you for joining this deep dive into the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nafu on the one thing.
We really hope this conversation has sparked some ideas and given you some concrete steps you can take.
Yeah, maybe take a moment after this. Reflect. What is your one thing right now? And how can you start giving it the focus it deserves?
Start small, maybe. Just identify it today. Ask the question tomorrow morning. Build that momentum.
Thank you for joining us today. Buy the book at the 1 Hour Guide website for more business insights.